We will be learning about traumatic brain injuries. A traumatic brain injury occurs when an external force causes an intracranial injury affecting brain function. An external force causing a traumatic brain injury may include an object such as a bullet or a piece of skull that goes to the brain tissue, or a blow or jolt to the head or the body. The impairments resulting from a traumatic brain injury may vary depending on the severity of the injury. The impairments may be cognitive, physical, perceptual, behavioral. Damage may be mild or temporary or permanent that results in coma or death. There are different types of brain injuries. For example, a primary injury is when there is an immediate damage to the brain. It is the injury that occurs at the time of the fall, car accident, or gunshot wound. A secondary injury refers to the changes which happen gradually over time as a result of a primary injury. These secondary brain injuries include cellular, chemical, tissue, or blood vessel changes causing further damage to the brain tissue. A traumatic brain injury may be an open or closed injury. A closed traumatic brain injury is when the external force which caused the brain injury did not penetrate the skull. Shaking or rapid forward and backward movements of the brain encapsulated by the bony skull causes damage to the brain tissue, such as bruising, tearing, and damage to the blood vessels. Car accidents, falls, sport injuries, and shaken baby syndrome may cause closed brain injuries. An open or penetrating traumatic brain injury is when an object, such as a bullet, knife, or bone fragment, goes through the skull and the brain tissue. Now let's take a look at our case study. BR is a 24-year-old male. He is a right-handed carpenter. 3 weeks ago, he sustained a severe traumatic brain injury in a motor vehicle accident. When admitted into the ER, his Glasgow Coma Scale was scored 7 out of 15. BR was in a coma and intubated for 6 days. During the coma, he demonstrated decorticate posturing. It is now 3 weeks after the accident, and BR is in the hospital's acquired brain injury unit. Let's look at the investigations found, which is under subjective information in the case study. BR CT scan MRI found damage to the left parietal and frontal lobe. Now let's look under the objective information in the case study. Regarding range of motion, BR has passive range of motion and has increased flexor tone in upper extremities. On the modified Ashworth scale, BR scores 2 out of 5 in bilateral elbow and wrist flexors. Regarding sensation, BR is too distracted to complete sensory tests. Under special tests, BR scored 10 out of 5 on the
Created using Powtoon.